Hello and welcome to my channel. For today I have a tutorial for you. I'll show you how to connect an X-Touch Mini to mixing station, and I will show you some ideas how you can use the X-Touch Mini together with mixing station. I'm doing this with my XR18, but it works in the same way for any other mixer who you can use with mixing station. Okay, first let's see, here is the X-Touch Mini. We need to prepare this one first. I will switch it off, you can see it here, and what we need to do, we need to set it to MC mode. Press the MC button, plug it in, and wait till it stops blinking, and now you see the MC LED is lighting. The X-Touch Midi is now in MC mode. That's everything we have to do on the X-Touch. It's quite easy. Now let's go to mixing station. In mixing station we have first to enable Midi. This is in the wheel, and we have to activate the Midi support on here. If it's already activated, okay. If not, do it. And then we have to start with the Midi configuration. Usually this one is just empty, just two buttons here, new device and already connected devices. We'll just have to create a device. Hit new device, give them a name you like. I will say X-Touch Mini. We need to use the Midi control protocol. Send some data source, follow app and layer of Z0 is okay. And we need to connect the Midi ports, X-Touch Mini and X-Touch Mini. Then hit apply. That's it. That's how we can start with the X-Touch Midi. You see here already some lights on, but actually the default setup from the MC protocol isn't really useful for us. I will just show you some hints with working with the Midi configuration. First, on your device list, if you long press a device and hit edit, here you can change or control that the Midi ports are what you need them to have. A short press on the device will open the device configuration. This list is based on the MC protocol. It supports everything what the MC protocol supports, but this is actually a lot more than our X-Touch Midi can do. The X-Touch Midi is just a small device, a cheap device, but it has at least 16 buttons and 8 knobs, a fader and something else. Here we can navigate. You see all the MIDI notes and MIDI commands in a short manner here, but what you never can do is you can't change an existing device. You can add some controllers, but you cannot change a controller to listen to any other MIDI note or whatever you want to change. What you always can change are the actions. On the actions, this is like defining your own layout. On the actions, you will say what that button or that knob should do. Now the basic configuration, that one who is automatically created, has some actions in there, but they are not going to work for the X-Touch MIDI. These actions are made for the bigger X-Touches. They're working there well, but not with the MIDI. Now what you can do, we always can hit find controller, and then if you are going to push a button on the X-Touch, the configuration will just jump onto that control. And now let's see if there are any actions on any controls. Here is one. You see here is on the assign button is already an action in there. I'm going to delete this. Like any other actions already there. There is one. There is one. So, none of the controls now have any action assigned. That says we can now start from scratch. But before we start, we need to have an idea what we are going to do, what actions we want to assign to all the buttons and knobs. I will go through this setup, which you can see here. See on the red part, that knob and the button below I will use for my preamp and H-pass filter. Then the second one, the blue one, we'll use for the gate. The third one for dynamics. All the green ones will be controlling the EQs. All the yellow ones will be controlling some kind of main, like pan, muting, and the fader. All the blue ones will be used to navigate through channels and layers. The purple ones are for controlling the FXs, and the gray ones down here, with these ones we will control or open all the views that we can see what we are doing on the controller. So now let's start with the configuration. Let's start with the first knob, with that one on here. I will assign HBF from the currently selected channel, and I will assign the gain from the currently selected channel. CH knob 1. So once more, channel, current channel, head amp. Now need the preamp, filter, frequency. And the second action on this one will be also on the current channel, head amp, gain. There are two actions for the first knob. If I press on the knob, I will change the action either from low cut to gain or from or back. I'll go into this a bit later. Now let's go to the blue knob, threshold and range. Select the knob, add channel, current channel, gate, threshold. Also the second action, channel, current channel, gate, and the range. So then the third, dynamics, also channel, current channel, dynamics, threshold, and the second action, channel, current channel, dynamics, and Where is the ratio here? So the fourth will be the first of our EQ. This will, from the currently selected EQ band, the gain. Channel, all selecting the current channel. PEQ, band, current band, gain. And then the same for the frequency. We're selecting the current channel, PEQ, band, current band, frequency. Then the Q of an EQ channel, also on the current channel, PEQ, current band, Q. And on the next encoder, we're assigning the EQ type. Current channel, PEQ, band, current band, type. So, this is the knobs for the EQs, and on the last knob, we'll just assign the pawn of the current channel. Current channel, main, pawn. So, all the knobs are finished now. Let's go into the first row of buttons. Here one, through here. Here we will assign from the current channel HBF switching on and off. Also current channel. The HBF is here. Preamp, filter 1 on. The second action on this knob is phantom power. Current channel, headamp 48 volts. This is the second action on the red one. Then with the second button, we'll switch the gate on and off. Current channel, gate on. And next will be dynamics. Current channel, the dynamics on. Then the PEQ. Then from the current channel, main stereo on. Then from the current channel, main on, and like it's a mute, I like to invert this button. You don't have to, but I like it inverted. So the mute button lights up like the app mute is on. Now we're coming to the blue ones. This with this one we'll select the next or actually the previous layer, and here we will select the next layer. Okay, this row of buttons is also ready here. Now go to the second row of buttons. On the first one, it's quite easy. I say always the home button. On the home button, I have normally 2, 3 or 4 actions on it. I will keep it short for today. I will add open view, channel overview, and the second action, open view home mixer to get to the main screen back. The second button will open the gate from our channel. Open view, channel, gate. Dynamics. Open view channel dynamics. Then the EQ. Open view channel PEQ. Then descents. Open view channel sends. And on the last button, the channel overview. Open view channel overview. Then we have app select channel, the previous channel, and select channel, the next channel. So this was that row of faders, of buttons. Now we'll assign the purple ones, the mute group 1 and the tap delay. Here we'll add mute group 1, and on the other one we will add stereo delay, tap delay. Now something special we'll have to do with the fader, because MCU normally works with motorized fader, and the X-Touch Mini doesn't have one of these. I will add a controller, a fader, call them fader 9 minus no motorized, no motorized. Switch it to non-motorized. Let it learn. And now we have a new device or controller down here, and I will add the action channel, current channel, main fader. All the knobs, they also can be pressed. They have a function there. These are the only parts we have still to do. The first one should switch the first knob between HBF and gain, and therefore we are going to use a MIDI function. It's called Midi action swap. We'll choose the knob 1 and say, okay, go now to channel gain. On the same time, we will also change that knob from HBF to 48 volt. Another MIDI action swap on the loop knob is the first one. So where it is? Here. We'll say head amp 48 volt. The second button knob, or the knob press, should change the second rotary from gate threshold to gate range. Same procedure, MIDI action swap on the knob 2. Switch to range. Then the third should do the same with the compressor rotary. Also here, MIDI action swap. Knob 3, switch to ratio. Then on the next, this is the first green one. On this one we will select the EQ band 1. Select PEQ band 1. the next green one is select PEQ band 2. Select PEQ band 3. And select PEQ band 4. I haven't implemented band 5 and 6, which are available on the outputs. It's just not enough space here. So that's about it. Now let's check if our MIDI controller is working as expected. This one is the home button, which brings us to that screen. Then this one will open the gate. You see it up there. Dynamics, PEQ, channel sense, and channel overview. This is what we have assigned on the buttons in the row, in the bottom row. Then here with this one we can select the channels, and with the next one we can switch through the layers. Okay, what you have to know is because this is a non-motorized fader, if the fader is going to be moved, like I do it with the mouse here, there's no change in here. But as soon as I set the value close to what the fader is on the channel, it will click in, and from there I can move. Let's show this if I switch to another channel. Now we see channel 1 is selected. I'm going to select channel 2. The fader is still somewhere about somewhere in the middle. I will come down to 0 to grab the channel and take it with me. This is how the fader, how a non-motorized fader is working. Okay, now let's dive into the fat channel part of my setup, and for this I will switch my mixing station view so you can see it better. On the first knob we have HBF and gain. For this we need to be in the channel overview to see. You see now the HBF is moving, and I can switch the HBF on and off here. If I press on the rotary, I will control now my gain. You see the gain is moving, and the button changed to control my 48 volts. You see also if 48 volts is active, the button is lighting, and if not, button is dark. The same with the HBF. If I press again, the knob switches back to control my HBF. The HBF is always, the value is, you can see it on the LEDs around, and switching on and off will light and light the button. The same for opening the gate page. With the knob I can activate or deactivate the gate, and here I can select the threshold. If I press on it, it will change to my range, whatever. Pressing again will always just switch between the two parameters. The same on the dynamics. Also here, switching on and off, and setting threshold, pressing will change to the ratio, and just switches back and forth. Then the parametric EQ here. Also here is the switch. We'll switch it on or off, like you have seen before. the band selection is with pressing the 4 buttons. And on the first one, we'll have the gain from the currently selected band, then the frequency, the Q, and the EQ type. Just switch to the next band and change whatever you want to change to the third band and whatever you need or want to change there. This is how you can control the EQ. Then let's go to the channel overview again. On the next button we can switch on and off the main. You see it on the top right. And we can mute, unmute the channel here. So mute FX is connected just to mute group 1, and whatever is assigned to the mute group 1 in the board will be muted or unmuted. And the top delay, I can try and open the FX. No, not need the delay. You see the time moving. To the top, and you can see the button blinking, just the usual top. Yeah, so that's it. My X-Touch Mini is implemented. It does a lot of things. It helps a lot of stuff, and you might can see if I bring it up a bit, I have labeled everything. So I don't have to think what button does what and what I have to press there. It's quite handy to have it with me. I can plug it in on any device or any mixing station and supporting USB. I can plug it into my PC, even my iPhone or my iPad. It doesn't matter, it works on all devices the same. So I will quit for now. Hope you have seen something you like. If you have any questions, just ask. You can connect on Discord, on Facebook, or here on YouTube. Have a good day, and I'm out of here. Bye bye.